Grandma used to make it. With over 35 flavors, all made with the freshest ingredients, Kathy has never had banana pudding ice cream this good. It's homemade ice cream the way you remember, and Sean Michelle's doesn't upset your stomach. Enjoy in-store or take it to go. Sean Michelle's. Fall in love again.
First-time customers, buy one, get one free.
Bean Soup Times is on a mission to create dope content that entertains, educates, and empowers the Black community. We keep our ear to the ground, we ask, we report to you. We help Black people to share their message. We promote real dialogue. We provide a platform to help give voice to the voiceless. We educate you on how to shop smart. Our passion is to inform you about Black events, businesses, organizations, and entertainers. We are Black owned. We are Black Chicago. We are the award-winning Bean Soup Times.
Y'all started off with that lesson, man. Appreciate it.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother, your friend, Toure Muhammad. This is the Toure Muhammad Show. We're coming to you live, broadcasting from that great city by the lakefront, Chicago, Illinois. That city founded by a Black man, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, the first non-native settler in this area, and he was the first Black entrepreneur, the first entrepreneur, period, because that brother set up businesses. He was really about the business. Everybody who came through was able to engage with him in his trading posts and get milk, get dairy, get cows, get horses, man, all type of stuff, because he was a shaker and mover for sure. So in that tradition and in that legacy and history, Chicago has been a great place for Black entrepreneurs to do their thing. Many have been able to establish their businesses from the ground up. Some were able to get huge backing and support to launch their business. But either way, we have some amazing businesses in Chicago. I highlight a few of them in my book, Chicago Self-Made Black Business Pioneers. There's something very important to understand and to see about Black entrepreneurs of the past. And you see that happening also in the present, where Black entrepreneurism isn't about just necessarily making a dollar, although you need to make that dollar. It's just not about what you can do for yourself, but many of these Black businesses in the past and in the present have been part of funding the civil rights movement and funding events and movements in our community that help uplift us and to keep us strong and to keep us going in that direction of getting stronger and stronger. And so shout out to all the Black business owners. That's why we always focus on highlighting Black-owned businesses on this show. And this is why we always highlight and try to give some kind of insight or knowledge that a Black business can use to survive and to grow. Today, I want to talk to you all very briefly before our guest comes on. If you are in business, if you have a product or a service and you need more people knowing about your product or service, you need more attention to your product or service, and you already know social media is a way to do it, right? But maybe you're not doing it the best way. You're not doing it in the best of manners, right? So when you do your social media posts, don't think about always dropping an ad. Don't think about always asking people to buy from you and support you, right? Give your expertise, give your knowledge, share something of who you are with that audience and let them decide along the way to support you, right? So now you want to do the ask. Now, I'm not telling you don't do the ask, but you want to do it like maybe every 3 or 4 times that you make a post. It's the 4th time, the 3rd time, 5th time. It's you telling them to go to your website to purchase your product or your service or to support you in some kind of way. But those 3 posts before that should drop some information. Let them know a little bit about who you are. Since you've heard me say on this show before, and if you've done any kind of study and research on marketing, you know that people buy from people that they know, they like, and they trust. Now, sometimes you can have Usually got to have all three of those working, because if they know you, but they don't like you and don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. If they like you, but they don't know you, well, you can't do that, right? So all three of those factors come into play. They got to know, like, and trust you. We do that when we have a choice, right? So if you give people an option to know, like, and trust you by posting about the struggles that you're going through, not the gutter, low down struggles, if you having a trouble, but some of the daily struggles and being in business, make sure they're connected and related to your business. Those are the most important ones. Now, I'm not going to tell you don't share the other ones, but they have to be in the proper context. But when I'm talking about struggles, I'm talking about, what it took to get you where you are, what relationships and things you had to build, how did you have to find out about how to start your business. Those are the type of things I'm talking about. The lack of sleep maybe you're getting, or the lack of this, whatever it is, because you're focused on building that business. Share some of that information, right? Share some information about your behind the scenes with the business, right? Showcase some of your workers if you are able to do that. Showcase, your family members who help you in the business by dropping a picture, dropping a post, and highlighting what they're doing that day. There's so many ways that you can share your story. Then you can go another step further, whether you're a restaurant, if you are a marketer, if you are whatever your business is, drop a tip on, a recipe, right? You don't have to give your whole recipe that you may use in the store. In the restaurant, even though if you did, it wouldn't hurt you, because people are still going to add their flavor to it and do it differently, and may not be able to do it consistently like you do it. But you had a little something. Maybe don't tell them all the quantities or whatever, but share information, share stuff that's going to help that business or that person to grow. Now, with publicity, so I want to share with y'all real quick before our guest gets on. With publicity, right? What you want to do is understand the importance and the value of a one-page news release, right? If you have some basic writing skills and some of the key things that reporters are looking for, then you can do a very targeted and very simple news release or press release or media release, whichever one. You may hear people say all three interchangeably, but they all mean the same thing. You can reach out to media outlets, right? What's going on right now in the news is that news outlets need content. They're just like Facebook and Instagram, right? Everyone is looking for content, right? So if you provide content in the proper way to that media outlet, then they can showcase you on their program. The old days are gone when you always get a reporter to come out to your location. You can always get them to take a few days to do a feature on you. Now, I'm not saying they're totally gone, but there's so many more ways that it's happening right now because of downsizing in media, because of the pandemic, right? People are not moving around like they normally would. So, but if you can get a photographer or a videographer, you can actually, you actually can do it with your phone. You can actually do it with your cell phone, your Android or your iPhone, and you hold that camera and you get the right message across and you add a few things to it. You could be doing what's called actually a video news release and sending these out to media outlets, and they may run it just like you sent it, or they may edit it and include their flavor to it, maybe call you up and ask you a few more questions. But that type of thing can go a long way. So I'm really encouraging our businesses, right? Or get somebody like me to help you with it. I think we're going to do a tutorial, some kind of training to teach folks how to write a news release, how to write a pitch, which a pitch, when you're talking to media outlets, it's like the same thing as a sales pitch, but it is for you to send to news reporters, to media outlets, to encourage them to write about your product, your service, or your cause. It's similar to a news release, but it could be a little bit different. A news release, you could actually, they could actually run it as it is. and online publications and print publications may run it just like it is. A pitch is a little bit more so for radio and TV because it gives them an idea of who you are, why, what you do, and why it should matter to them, and of course, by extension to their readers, to their viewers, right? And then they'll call you back and want to do an interview and do some other stuff, ask you some of their own questions so that they can get an understanding and do a report on you. So, but like I'm saying, because of the way times are right now, you could actually have a video news release, where this video news release can be that which you send to not radio, but TV outlets, and they may run it just like it is. So it's many opportunities out there when you know what they are. So again, media outlets need content. If you produce that content in the right way, you can get them to reach out to you or you'll get them to take what you sent them and put that on the news. It's gold, baby. It's really, if you look at advertising costs, it could be anywhere from $5,000, $7,000 to $12,000 to get a couple of 60-second spots on TV, or 30-second spots on TV, right? A little bit less for radio, right? Depending upon the time of day, of course, for both of them. So if you could get something covered, even though it may be just one time, that one time may be all you need, then it'd be housed on their website, right? Of course, you put it on your website. So it's just, you can't beat it for the price. And it's just the time to write or the time to put that video piece together. So I think the first thing we're going to do is show folks how to do a basic news release and pitch. We're going to do it via, online course, maybe an hour, hour and a half, open it up for questions and answers afterwards, and let people get that in. If y'all think that's a good idea, chime in if you have some thoughts about that. Thank you, Dana. Dana Nicole says, great tips. I see you there. So those things are something that you can do almost immediately. And I'm telling you, give me about 2 hours with you, hour and a half, and you'll have one done soon after we get off that call. So we want to help you with that. Now, the second thing, of course, that we may do is that video news release, right? And show you how to put together a video news release that you can send out to media outlets. Of course, it has multiple uses, right? Because you can put this piece on your website, right? You can put it on your Facebook page. If it's short enough, you can put it on your Instagram, 2-3 minutes, a minute, of course, if you're going to do it on the news feed. If it's a story, it can be a little bit longer. So, but these are things that you can do, brothers and sisters. We have to harness and take advantage of these opportunities that we have in front of us to promote our business, to get our business seen in front of the right people so people can make a decision about using us. And again, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And the branding that you get by being on media outlets is off the chain. I'm telling you, it's so beneficial. I can tell you by experience, there have been times when people didn't. I was going out trying to get ads for my publication for Bean Soup Times, and people were like, "I never heard of you. Who is this? What is this? No, I'm not interested in advertising." And then I'm on WBEZ radio. Then I'm on WVON radio. And then all of a sudden I'm on Channel 7, Channel 5, right? And some of those same people that were telling me they didn't know who I was and didn't want to advertise with me were calling me saying, "Hey, I just saw you on this, or I just heard you on that. Listen, I want to do business with you," right? So it was the credibility, right, that I gained, and the visibility of being on a media outlet, mainstream outlets, ethnic outlets, Black publications, man, all of them can be so beneficial for you. So you want to take advantage of that branding opportunity. And a lot of people make the mistake of believing or feeling as though, okay, when I get all this media coverage, it's going to turn into sales. Now, that is a result now. That is an offshoot, and that does happen often, right? But depending upon what your product or service is, and depending upon the timing when it happens, may not be immediately, right? I was just talking to someone who was patronizing one of my clients, and they said that they saw it on ABC Localish. Well, ABC Localish didn't run that piece about that business yesterday. I'm talking about Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream. They didn't run that piece the day before the person came in. That piece was ran earlier in the year. It may have been at the beginning of the summer, or it may have been in the springtime, right? But because that piece was stayed on their website, that person was able to see it a day or two before and then come and patronize, right? So being seen on there a few days or a few months ago paid out, not immediately for Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream in this instance, but it took a moment for it to happen. So you don't know the power and the beauty and the benefit of taking a little attention space in somebody's mind in a good way because they saw you on one of these outlets, and what that does for that business. So that's the kind of stuff, man, we're gonna go over and talk about. I know this wasn't, I'm waiting for our next guest to come on. But in the meantime, I wanted to give you all that powerful tip. So hold on one second. The Google Calendar. Hold on one second, brothers and sisters. Boy, I need a team with me, because I got people that need to get on the show. And let me make sure. Okay, so we're going to send them this about to send to your Facebook page. So those are some tips, man. Those are a couple of things. And we're going to keep that going, man, because we want people to get that information that they need to be successful. It's so important to understand some of this stuff. And it's not rocket science. It's not, magic. It's not tricks. And although relationships are very important, I'm never going to discount the importance of good relationships. But if you know what you're doing, right, and you know how to reach out to people, then it's not going to be just about the relationships. You'll start to build those relationships. Now, I am going to go into a few things that'll show you how to build those relationships, because relationships are still important. It's just not as important as it used to be, not because the relationship is not important, but because you can build that relationship quick, fast, and in a hurry. So you want to make sure that you're doing that, and you're doing that well, right? So let me get this. We're going to make sure our guest has all of the information that they need. Sometimes we got to send it and resend it to make sure that they got it, and make sure they're going to tune in. So we about to have on a new business, man. It's a new spot, a new Black-owned restaurant, right? And they are right on 79th Street. We got a new Black-owned restaurant. Okay, had to send that right quick. On 79th Street, the taco spot. So we're about to bring them on so they can tell us, man, about this new food they got. See, because some of you are watching on the Black Chicago East Facebook page, and you probably wondering for the first few minutes, what is he talking about publicity? What is he talking about Black business in general? I'm on the Black Chicago East page. Well, that's because we're going to introduce you to a new Black-owned restaurant on 79th Street, holding it down for the 7-9. Man, I absolutely love it, man. 79th Street is one of, I spent most of my life in one way or another. She said she's in the meeting room. Try This one. I don't see you. Okay. All right. So we're going to get this person on in just a few seconds here. And I am excited about it. Disregard. All right. Come on now. All right. All right. We're getting those two people. We got two people on. So first we're going to talk about this taco spot. And then we're going to talk about some credit tips that all of us need. I don't know about you, but I could use some credit tips. You know, we were doing, I got a little knowledge on it, but you always got to make sure you're up to date and always make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing to improve that credit on a regular basis, right? So our two guests are going to be chiming in a quick second. So you all bear with us, share around, tell people to get tuned in to the Toure Muhammad show. We're going to be featuring on one half a Black-owned restaurant and on the other half a Black-owned business, food, credit. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, hold on one second. All right, we're about to bring these two people on in just a second. They're logging in. And let's, hold on, wait a minute. So chime in. What's your favorite taco? If you're watching right now, tell us what your favorite type of taco is. What do you love to eat? Is it steak tacos? Is it chicken tacos? Some of y'all like them shrimp tacos. Is it vegan, vegetarian tacos? What's your favorite taco? Chime in. Let us know what type of tacos you like. We're going to be talking to the owner of the taco spot, a brand new taco on the south side of Chicago on 79th Street. So, man, I'm telling y'all, and you're going to like them too. They got some delicious tacos. So while we wait for our taco lady to come on, we got somebody else we're going to bring on. We're going to do some of these credit tips right now.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm telling you, this is about to be one of my favorite interviews ever. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, man, I have one of the most amazing Black women that I know. She is a shaker and a mover. She is a professional. She's a mom. She's a wife. She is a business owner. And man, I'm just so pleased to have. And she's also one other thing. She's my little sister. From Tuck Financial Services here on our show. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So you got how much time? We got to 2 o'clock with me, right?
Yeah, I'm good. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna do a little mixing right here. So I want to bring you on, but I want you to hear about this taco spot right quick, and then we're gonna talk about some credit. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So you might, because I know you like to eat like me, so you might have questions about the tacos. And you in Houston, so y'all know next. Y'all know tacos, Mexican food. All right. So we're gonna bring on. We got another guest on today for the Toure Muhammad show, and this is man. So I heard about her location from Linda Perez. A lot of people know that's my people right there, Linda. That's my partner. We do a lot together. And so she said there's a new taco spot on 79th Street. And I said, well, I'm immediately thinking maybe she's talking about like west of like Kedzie or somewhere, right? She said, no, it's right by Vincent. It's right down the street. Oh, it's in Chatham. I said, what? you know, we get offended when we don't know about a new black-owned restaurant and our right now our backyard. But so then we found out about this great new taco spot that opened up during the pandemic and the owner's Melissa. So man, welcome to the Toure Muhammad show and tell us about these tacos.
Hi, Tori. Thank you for having me. Like you said, we knew we opened up in a pandemic. So even with the rioting and everything, we've been through so much already. So I'm like, as long as we make it through this, we'll be good. But we are Black owned. We have variety tacos. You and your partner have come in and tested it out. We right off 79th Street before Vincent's. And look, here go one of the staff members. He bringing some nachos.
Man, hold a minute. Look at them nachos.
That is for me though.
I'm coming. I'm right down the street. I'm going to come get those.
That is the chicken, the loaded chicken nachos right there. So we don't just have tacos. We have loaded nachos, loaded nacho fries. We have great smoothies. Everybody loves the smoothies. Doing really well in this area. And the deep fried burritos. Those are hits too.
Deep fried burritos.
Yeah, and we also have healthier choices too. So we have the veggie taco. We have the veggie burrito. The smoothies are the healthier choices and options as well. So for people who are doing the healthy thing, we have healthy choices for you as well.
All right, Joanna, what you think? Those look good?
Yes.
She down there in Houston. You know
about tacos.
And and we make our chips. So they're not chips in a bag. We make the chips. So they're really good. They're hot and fresh. With guacamole, that's a hit too.
Yeah, it's a fact. I had those chips. I had the tacos. So now I need to come and get that what you just showed, that nacho. That looks good.
Yeah, that's the loaded nacho.
The loaded nachos.
Yeah.
So man, tell us obviously you were planning to open up anyway, and the pandemic just happened, right? So tell us, how did you get started in the taco, Mexican, style food, and what made you come to 79th Street?
Right. Okay, well, it's like Mexican style, but with the African American twist, And how we got started, my cousin, she's my business partner, Sabrina. She don't like to be on camera though.
What's Sabrina?
She's the chef though. I'm behind the scenes. She's the chef. She was like, she loves to cook. That's her passion. And she was like, cousin, let's open up a taco place. I'm like, are you ready? And she's like, I'm ready, because she's been in the restaurant industry for a while. That's the cook. Where you at? You keep on.
Hey, Sabrina. Thank you for making that good food over there.
Huh?
I said, thank you for making that good food over there.
Yes, he said thank you. You're welcome. But then, it's her passion. That's how we got started. It's her passion, and my passion is a business, to be a multi-business owner. So we linked up, her passion, her talent, and my business side is like, okay, we can do this. It can't fail.
Man, you know what? That's so important. I hope people are paying attention, because you just dropped a real jewel right there, right? When one person has experience in producing the product, you got to find somebody who has experience in running a business, or else you got to be both of those at the same time. And it's hard to be the expert in making the product or providing the service and the expert in business. So that's the perfect marriage right there.
It was a perfect marriage.
Grow.
Yeah, definitely a perfect marriage. Her talent, my business aspect, and together being with family as well. So it's family owned. So majority of the staff is family. Probably 90% of the staff is family.
Man, that's beautiful. So the pandemic happened, and you all were okay, because as we know, there was the pandemic, there was rioting, there was looting, and you all as a newborn baby survived all of that.
We're surviving it. And you know what? We have a lot of support, amazingly, because when we decided to open up in this area, my big thing was we wanted to give back to the community because I'm from 43rd and State Street in the inner city. You know, that's the area we grew up in. And my whole thing was like, bring something to our community that's good. And doing that, we got to know, went around in the area, meeting the neighbors, and then we're in a mini mall. So we also met our neighbors, and we did have an incident where during the rioting, our window was broken. It was about to come in, but the guys in the area stopped them from coming in. So we was lucky for that. But we did have a few broken windows.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
There. So kudos to you for doing the groundwork to build the right relationships and for having a great product. So, but you're about to officially have your grand opening now, right?
Yes, our official grand opening will be Saturday. This Saturday, July 18th. I think it's from 12 to 2. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. 92.3 will be out. Ricky Rampant will be out. The radio personality will be giving away. Actually, 92.3 bought 92 tacos from us and gave us a $50 tip. So we'll be handing out tacos to the first 92 customers that come.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's dope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see, that's where that business acumen come in. You know how to do it.
Exactly. So we'll have a live band outside. We'll have like I said, the radio personality will be there, Ricky Rampage, and we also will have a DJ.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's what's up. So we know people can walk in and order. Do you have online ordering and all that?
We actually linked up with Uber Eats and we'll be on Grubhub in the next week.
That's what's up. All right, yeah. We're gonna have an offline conversation too because there's a brand new service that's been launched next week, and it's called Black Chicago Eats to Go. And so we're gonna be offering scheduled pickup, delivery.
Really?
Service. Yes.
Oh wow, amazing! I can't wait.
So we want to get into that space too, and rub cars with Uber Eats and the Grubhub.
Make sure you keep me posted. Definitely. Because that right there is going to be huge.
It is. Yeah. We're excited about it. So, man, we appreciate you, man. We love you. By way, this is the first time we're meeting, but I unconditionally because you are the community. I love you, and then because the food I had was so good, I love you. So
thank you
for what you do for the community. And I saw the brothers coming next door from the barber shop. They was coming there ordering their food. People coming in without ordering mine. So, you want two things that you want to see. Or one thing you want to do is you want to smell good food. I got that Linda Perez. She always tell me that. Linda always say, "No, if it don't smell good when I come in, I don't want to eat there." And then, of course, meet the other people that are in the neighborhood frequenting the place. You know that you about to get something good.
Yeah. It's been a blessing throughout everything that's been going on. I have to say it's still a blessing and people, so much support.
Man, that's what's up. So, Joanna, what you think? You got any questions for her?
I wish I could be in Chicago to try it.
Next time you are here.
When it's time to fly again, I'll have to come.
Yep, I'm taking you there next time you in town.
Okay.
Yep. So, man, anything else that we didn't cover you want to talk about?
That's it. But thank you so much for reaching out to me and just welcoming me onto your show. Thank you. And I also want to shout out to the alderman in the 17th ward. He's been great. Jamal Green has been great. We've been having so much support. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's our pleasure. Yep, and both of those some great people that we know as well. So, man, you got good people that supporting you. And when the food is good and the service is good and you got that business sense, because to close out on that point earlier, to have a great product but don't know how to run the business is how a lot of businesses fail.
Yeah, right.
So they don't know how to run the business. So I'm excited about the future for you all, and I look forward to continue to eat tacos and the super nachos.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. You can hang out for a minute if you want to. Now, Joanna's going to talk to us about credit.
Okay.
You know, and she's a credit expert and specialist, and she do real estate too. So she got a good repertoire there.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm actually a mortgage underwriter. That's my primary employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once she sell the house, then you make sure that the mortgage, all that paperwork is right, and they got their stuff in order, so that she can actually go through with the sale.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Either one of y'all.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, right? Okay. All right. I know a little. I've seen the process one time.
Yeah.
I need to do it a few more times now. It's time to get some more.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. So, Joanna, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get into credit and real estate? That's a great combination, too.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, you know, I've been around real estate my whole life. You know, our dad was in real estate, but that's not what triggered me to getting into real estate. It was really my experience when I purchased my house. It was one day we woke up and it was like, we're homeowners, but what happened in between, you know, from when we said, yes, we want to buy to purchasing. So that's where wanting to get into real estate really started, especially helping minorities, specifically the Black community, to build wealth, because that is one of the quickest, easiest ways to build generational wealth is through real estate. Yeah. So that's how I started real estate. And then once I got into real estate, then I found more challenges. You know, a lot of our community doesn't understand credit, how to build it. You know, it's not necessarily that it's always bad. They just don't understand it and know how to build it. So that's where, and I couldn't find anyone who I trusted that was going to take care of my clients like I did. So I decided to hire a credit coach who had been in the game 13 years. I went and got certified through the credit boards, and decided to branch off and do that too, because like you said, it goes hand in hand. So I found that to be very, bringing both of these loves, I guess, together to really help build wealth in our community. Because that is, a lot of people don't understand that credit, it actually has more buying power than cash. So when your credit is up to par with, you know, where everyone else's can be, then you can walk into a bank with a 700 plus credit score and walk into a bank with $100,000 cash, and that 700 plus credit score is going to mean more to that bank than your cash. So
explain that.
Well, because that shows the banks that you've used the credit that you did have wisely, you've used it well, you've paid it back, you've been on time with payments, and that you understand some of what it takes to, you know, get a loan from a bank, some of what it takes to run a business, because you've managed your credit, your own personal credit well. And it's hard for most who don't understand it, again, to keep and maintain and get that 700 plus credit score. But once you understand it and know what it takes, you'll really see that it's simple.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is, if somebody has $100,000 and they walk into the bank, they can probably get another 100,000, maybe 50,000, right, for a loan. But if somebody has a 700 credit score, they could get $300,000 loan or more.
Right. Because basically your credit report and your credit history is your profile to the bank. That's what you're going in there and showing them that, hey, I can do this. Okay, yes, you've saved up $100,000, but if you put that $100,000 in the bank, the interest that they give you on that, I mean, it's laughable. I mean, you know, it's pennies on the dollar. Not even pennies. It's just change on the dollar if you put that in there and save it. But if you go present, you know, your credit portfolio to them and show them what you've been doing, then you have the right to build your credit. And I'm sorry, build your loan with the bank. So that's what they look at, the profile.
Okay. And so talk a little bit about some of the pitfalls, some of the mistakes that people make that lands them with a 500, 600 credit score.
So I'll tell you my story. I mean, when you go to college, you know, the first thing you see when you're walking down your at Texas Southern, we had the Tiger Walk. So when you walk down the Tiger Walk on these uh, uh, days where they can, you know, set up and it's everywhere, it's credit card, get your first credit card, get your first credit card. So you get that credit card. Oh, it's $500. You know, I'll pay that off. You go run that up, and then oh, I don't want to pay, I don't want to spend my money, you know, I don't want to pay that off. So there's the first thing. Then you start getting these late payments. So late payments affect you. And then when you don't pay it, you know, it goes into collections. So then collections affects you. So now you have collections and late payments. Those are the two main easiest things to get your credit in the 500s. And again, because that's the first thing they throw at you. When you have no credit, your credit does start off in about the 500s, but it still gives you enough power to go get at least a $500 card or a secured card to start building. And once you start to build, you'll see it jump quickly. Mm-hmm. But the worst way to harm your credit is late payments and collections accounts.
So if somebody's credit is bad, what's a realistic time period for them to start?
So it's all going to be different. It all depends on what your profile looks like. Because again, you know, the more collections accounts, then the longer it may take. The fewer collections account, you know, somebody can be at the same score, but their profiles look completely different. So it all kind of depends, but we always ask that someone gives us at least on average 3 to 5 months to start seeing full change. But again, some people see some within the first 30 days. It just all depends.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And I know that, you know, there's been some changes and updates in the industry over the past 20 years because some people were finding so many mistakes on their credit report and didn't have any way to, you know, get some of those things taken off of there that shouldn't be on there in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've placed a lot of laws. And of course, collectors and debtors are still going to add that to your account if you don't know the law. That's why it's good to consult with the credit specialist before you just start disputing, because there are a lot of laws that protect you as a customer with these. And once you start disputing them the proper way, then it's much easier to get them removed. And in some instances, there actually have been some people that have gotten paid from these creditors because of this incorrect information on their accounts. So one, I don't owe you, and then now you owe me. So.
Mm-hmm. And so, and of course, I mentioned it earlier, but you're out of Houston. And for those who missed it, I'm talking to my little sister, my second oldest sister. Yeah. My first oldest sister by my dad. And so y'all been in Houston, shaking and moving. Talk a little bit about the climate in Houston, right? I know you don't know Chicago that well, or maybe you do. You might surprise me, but is it a buyer's market or a seller's market right now in Houston?
Yeah, so right now, pretty much, and I don't know about Chicago, but I do know a lot of different markets. I know agents. I do know agents in many other places, and really across the board right now, it's been a seller's market. That's because there are more buyers that are looking to buy than sellers selling their home. So that's the seller's market. So what that means is the sellers have a lot more power to get the price that they want from their house because it is a seller's market. So you may be in a situation where you're getting 2 or 3 multiple offers on your home. And again, that puts you in a position to get the most money for your home. I was going to mention one other point I forgot. But it's a good time. And I guess the reason it is a seller's market, a lot of people are kind of scared to sell just because of the unknown right now. You know, people aren't sure what's going to happen with their jobs. But if you've been thinking about it, now is definitely a good time to sell just because it is a seller's market. So if you're, you know, pretty confident in your job and know that you can find another home, then I would definitely suggest to sell if you've been thinking about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I forgot to ask you about the credit, but you can help anybody anywhere in the country, right, that needs their credit handled and improved on. Yeah.
I am in Houston, like you said, but yeah, I can help anyone anywhere.
Okay.
And then something else that's changed since the pandemic, and this is across the board of the United States. So before FHA loans, which are backed by the government, you had to have a minimum of a 580. So during the pandemic in the beginning, some banks raised them to 700 but some around 640, 660. So that change has kind of stuck. They have dropped it a little bit to 620 now. But the reason being is, again, because of the unknown, so many people losing their jobs, they wanted to raise this credit standard just a little higher. So that's even more reason to understand that your credit is power. If it wasn't, they wouldn't care about your score. They wouldn't care about changing the score just because of the pandemic. So that's just another reason that proves that, credit is power.
And you have, what, 3 or 4? Is it a 4th now major company that gives you a credit score? We got TransUnion, Experian, and
Equifax.
With Vantage or Vantage or something?
Vantage score, yeah. You have the FICO score. Yeah. And then there's one more that they're adding that's very, very new. And I can't think of the name of it right now, but the main ones are the FICO and the Vantage score.
Okay. Oh, so those are the main ones now.
Yeah, those 2 are the main ones. Now the TransUnion, Equifax, and the credit bureau. So they typically go off, and they'll all be different, but all along the same score. But you may be 20 points different on your FICO score versus your Vantage score. And it all depends on what you're trying to do, which score is most important. If you're looking to purchase a home, your FICO score is going to be what's important for that.
Okay, that makes sense. So, I knew we do got some people down in Houston, down in Texas. So hopefully they tuning in and they can use your services for getting a house if they're looking right now. What's one of the most important things that a person can do if they're looking to purchase a home right now? Because I know it's harder with the pandemic. People are maybe not as eager to go and touch and feel all over the house like they used to inside because they worried about COVID-19. So how can people actually go through that process and stay safe?
Well, so what I do to protect my clients, the ones that don't feel safe getting out there, we can do virtual tours. Some agents even have their photographers do virtual videos of the listing. If they don't, I get out there for the client and I do videos. I can FaceTime them. I'll go in and record a video and send it to them later. So there are many different ways, thanks to technology, that you can still actually see the house if you don't physically want to get out. And what I would say too, if you are thinking about purchasing a home, maybe not right now, but in the next year or so, a couple of tips that I would say to prepare is to, one, definitely make sure you pay everything on time. Late payments do affect you tremendously. Even if that late payment was 5 months ago, their lenders are still going to look at that. They typically don't want anything in the last year. So it's key to make sure all payments are paid on time. You don't have any 30, 60-day plus late payments. If you do, now's the time to start correcting that so you don't fall into that a year later. Keeping your credit utilization down. So you don't want to spend, they say 30%, but I always try to tell my clients 25 or less. So if you have a credit card that's $5,000, you don't want to spend over $1,500 on that card. You don't want to carry a balance, I should say, over $1,500. If you spend more than that, just make sure you pay it off before the billing cycle hits, because credit utilization is a major part of your credit score. Now, if you do pay your credit cards off, do not use them, because that also can hurt you, surprisingly. But again, you're trying to build your profile, and if you're doing something, you're not proving to me, the bank, that you are able to handle credit. Yes, you have it, but you're not using it, so you're not proving it. So you want to make sure, again, that even if you just go by, pay for your gas, wait till the billing cycle hits and pay it before the due date. That way you don't accrue any interest. So keeping the payments down, using your credit cards, no late payments. And if you do have any collections accounts, then you may want to consult with a credit specialist like myself and, just talk about those things. It's not necessarily that you always have to enroll in the program. You may just need a consultation to say, hey, this, and this needs to be done, and, you'll be okay. We also here at Tuck Financial Solutions, we have different programs, again, rather than just enrolling. We have a do-it-yourself book where you're able to read it and hands-on do it yourself. We have where you can do the consultation and then purchase letters where you can dispute them yourself. So it all depends on what works best for your lifestyle. Everybody doesn't have time to sit and follow up with the bureau. So that's why we're here to help you with that if you don't. But if you do, we have options for that too. So those are a couple of key things, to make sure you do preparing.
Yeah, that's great. That's phenomenal. That's a good variation of levels to have. Do it yourself, or we'll do it for you, and that works. So, with that in mind, I'm assuming that you said some of those things kind of nice, but if you're improving somebody's credit on one end, they can't be still messing it up.
Oh yeah, no.
On the other end, right? And then they expect you to keep fixing that credit. Right. Why my credit score went up? Because I told you don't do those late payments. Don't have this. Don't have to do this.
Yeah, that's very.
Does that happen a lot?
It does. That's very important. That's why we have a consultation when you're enrolling in the program, because I'm going to tell you what you can expect from me, but I'm also going to tell you as a client what your expectations are from me. So, if I'm telling you, hey, don't go apply for these new credit cards, wait, we're building this, I'll let you know when to do it. And then next month I see 5 new inquiries from, different charge cards, then we're going to have a conversation. And surprisingly enough, if the client is not going to do what we need you to do, then, it just may not be we're a good fit for each other right now. And that has happened, because you can't counteract what your professional is trying to do for you. You have to follow. And I appreciate those clients that call and say, hey, they got this really good deal at the furniture store this weekend, and I want to buy this furniture. Okay, you want to buy that furniture, but is that house, in 6 months that you're talking about, more important than the furniture? So we, got to weigh our options here. If it is, go ahead, but I'm going to let you know that inquiry is going to hit your account and is going to knock your points down. So you're just taking us longer to get where we need to be.
Man, at least they called you, huh? That's like an alcoholic calling. You like an AA helper, or whatever it is. Right, walk them off the ledge. Man, that's wonderful. So, anything we didn't cover you wanted to make sure we talked about?
No, I just want to make sure y'all understand. That again, credit is power. You don't understand how much it will, in the long run, help you. If you need something, if you're starting that business, having that good credit will help you get those business loans that you need. And again, not just real estate. Credit in general is important. But again, the quickest way to build some generational wealth is through real estate. Over the years, these home values, I looked at the home that I grew up in, one of the houses I grew up in. And, if we still had that home, that would have been over almost $100,000 in equity that, that home would have brought. And then just think of what now you're leaving to your children. They have the option to either continue to, maintain that home or to sell it. And now they have money to start whatever businesses they want to do. And that's how so many other people get ahead, is by, having these generational wealth, having the credit where they can pull these loans for their children and, them not have to go into debt for college or whatever the case may be. But credit and real estate are very important in building wealth.
All right, y'all heard the Toure Muhammad show. You're listening to Joauna Tuck. She is a credit repair specialist and a realtor, and she is my little sister. So we're pleased to have you on the show. How's my nephew doing?
They're good. They're upset they're going to be at home again right now for school until.
Right. So they're doing online and all that.
Yeah, we're doing online. I'm not risking nothing.
Yep, absolutely. So, man, y'all stay safe down there. Appreciate you. Love you. Give the family my love. And we'll be talking soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. That's my little sister, man, talking about what she does and how she can help you all with that credit and everything else. So, we're going to leave her information where you are, because I don't think she mentioned how we can get in touch with her. So I'm gonna shoot that information. It'll be in the bottom of this feed once I get done here. So we appreciate you all for coming on the show today. We love you. We appreciate you. And man, wait, she's here. Wait a minute. Are you still there?
Oh yeah, I was about to type.
Hold on. People can get in touch with you.
Oh yeah. So on IG, it's my name, Joauna Tuck Realtor. And for my financial business is at Tuck Financial Solutions. And on Facebook, it's also Joauna Tuck Realtor. So easy to find.
All right, that's what's up. So y'all get on it, follow on IG, Facebook, wherever you go. And we appreciate you for being on the show.
Thank you.
All right, peace. All right, we're about to close out the show with our favorite. We kicked it off at the beginning with Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream, and that's going to be our closer. Man, y'all check out the ice cream shop, Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream, this weekend. Sunday is National Ice Cream Day. So they're going to be doing some fun stuff, some amazing stuff for National Ice Cream Day. As a matter of fact, I think it would be in your best interest to be at a place that sells ice cream during National Ice Cream Day. So let me see if I can find this piece. What are they doing? They got some special stuff going on here. Wait a minute, hold on. They doing some fun stuff for ice cream. I'm gonna tell you. Oh, here it is. So for ice cream day, you can get fruit or chocolate, a cone or a cup, sprinkled with syrup, toppings or mix, nuts or fruits, with pie, with a brownie, traditional or adventurous or milk or malt shake. So they offering the this or that combination, man, for National Ice Cream Day. They might have some specials. They might have some discounts. They may have some giveaways. Who knows what's going to happen? It's National Ice Cream Day. So make sure you get by Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream and enjoy some of that great ice cream. Peace.
Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream is the only place to go when the ladies crave delicious old-fashioned homemade ice cream. Their vanilla tastes just like Grandma used to make it. With over 35 flavors, all made with the freshest ingredients, Kathy has never had banana pudding ice cream this good. It's homemade ice cream the way you remember, and Sean Michelle's doesn't upset your stomach. Enjoy in-store or take it to go. Sean Michelle's. Fall in love again.
First time customers, buy one, get one free.